internet issues, which normally is not the case when we're here at Sharyland, home of the Rattlers. So I want to send an apology out there, fans that are tuning into our game, if you're having some issues with the internet lagging. We want to make sure that we are able to keep the broadcast going here.
We're just going to blame it on Tropical Storm for none.
Could be. That's as good as anything.
That's a good rainmaker for the Valley. The Valley sure needs the rain. The farmers can use moisture, and my yard can use it too. You know?
I'll take a look over at Bert. If we need to pause something on the computer to maybe help the stream, I will do that in a heartbeat. Lady Rattlers will serve it up, and away we go. First serve of this best-of-5 series is a short serve played by the Lady Mustangs, and they've got firepower across the net. Big spike across, played right back over. First hit attempt that time by Natalie Silva. Now at the middle, spike over, and this time it's Jocelyn Fernandez. Multiple weapons, front row, back row, normally doesn't matter. This team is as good as build when you take a look at the way this Memorial team is built. Back to the line to serve is Sydney Marburger. With a jump serve, a short serve. Line drived over. The libero back there to play that for the Lady Rattlers. Tipped over. Nice attempt that time by Andrea Espinoza. Off the net again. Go to Silva. In the net it goes. Tie game. Mustangs, McAllen Memorial, when we've seen them at their highest levels, they can put a run together of 8 to 10 points, and you'll be looking at a double-digit deficit in the blink of an eye if you're not careful. That one's across on the angle on the right side. Memorial goes up 2-1.
Well, I've gotten to see the Mackay Bulldogs play some volleyball here lately, and if these girls are anything like those Bulldog girls, this is going to be a
There's some wars coming up between them. They're in that same district. I'll run down some of our broadcasts coming up later on in the season. There's a spike across, down and in for the Lady Rattlers as Espinoza puts it away and ties us up.
Sharyland has some firepower of their own, Joe.
Espinoza showed right there. Now substituting in, Sofia Villarreal takes a shot on the front row. Meanwhile, back to the line goes Evelyn Whitworth. Short serve across, played by the, by the Rattlers. That's in the net. That's not Villarreal, that's Marissa Jones for the Rattlers on the front row. And serving is Andrea Espinoza. They called that in the net. They haven't put a point on the scoreboard just yet, so neither will I until I see the scoreboard operator catch up. Right side attempt this time off the block. Lady Rattlers will attack. Take it off the left side. That angle's out of bounds. Point to McAllen Memorial. Now we'll see if the score clock operator catches up here. She did, and so will I. 3-3. Anytime I catch up, or if I get ahead of them, I'm always wrong, JR.
Yeah.
Two-handed over by the Lady Rattlers. Memorial set it up off the net. Spiked over that time. Ball at the net, spiked by the Lady Rattlers, and Marissa Jones puts it down for the point. 4-3 lead for the Rattlers of Sharyland early.
These Sharyland servers.
Deep serve, good pass this time. The setter is Marburger, sets it up. Hit across that time, and now back at you, and the Lady Rattlers score again. Tristan Maddox, welcome to the front row. Maddox makes it a 5-3 game. That spike across. That's by Bianca Ramirez. And that one carries in for the Mustangs, makes it a 5-4 game. Tonight we have PSJA North at Harlingen South. We've got this one here. We were going to do Port Isabel at San Perlita, but the rains actually forced the Port Isabel team to cancel the trip across. That serve went out of bounds, so a point to Sharyland. Saturday, I talked about the broadcast. Wait till I run down this lineup for you. Good serve across by the Lady Rattlers. Off the net this time for the Mustangs. Over. Rattlers there to dig that. Play it up, and a big spike down, and Mariana Martinez puts that one away. Martinez gives the Lady Rattlers a 3-point lead. Tristan Maddox back to serve. Big swing, that's played by the Lady Rattlers as Maddox is back on that back row to dig it. This is going to be Martinez again. Ball challenge at the net. Rattlers keep it alive. Maddox on the dig. Now it's over. Free ball coming up for the Mustangs and McAllen Memorial from the left side, outside, and that's out of bounds. Right now, momentum in favor of Sharyland.
I thought the ball was touched by Sharyland Rattler. It was.
They called a tip on it, so change the score. Give the point to McAllen Memorial. Carissa Talamantes back to serve. Rattlers with a pass. The setter this time, Roxana Garcia sets it up. Another kill down by Martinez. Point for the Rattlers.
Your big hitters on the front line are on this Rattler team are Maddox, Martinez, and Marissa Jones.
Martinez taking full advantage this rotation through the net. Biggest kill of the night for either team on that swing. 3-point lead for the Lady Rattlers here in game one. Jump serve is just over the net. Nice pass that time by Jocelyn Fernandez. They'll set it up, tip it over the block, and a point scored. Nice placement that time by Sydney Marburger. 8-6 game. Substitution in the game. Macy Henderson checks in. She'll serve for the Lady Mustangs, and Natalie Silva will take a spot on the outside left on the front row. Henderson to serve, a right-handed server. Given plenty of room here in this big gym. Gets it across. Nice pass, a high set off the net again. They're trying to set these hitters up about 5 to 6 feet off the net right now. So they're respecting the blockers and giving their hitters a lot of room to work with as far as these blocks coming at them. Henderson now serving to tie the game for the McAllen Memorial Lady Mustangs. Rattlers punch it over. Mustangs on the attack. Here's Fernandez down in the corner. Got it to go. We're tied.
Excellent job there on the front line by the Mustangs, finding the open space in the back court there. That was Jocelyn Fernandez on the kill there.
Fernandez able to put it away. Lady Rattlers now will wait for another serve by Macy Henderson. Henderson gets it across. Short serve played by the Rattlers. High back set this time on the right side. Good dig on the back row by the Mustangs of McAllen Memorial. Ball over. Rattlers with a chance here. Good pass. Garcia the set. Off the net again, and Espinoza puts it in the net. McAllen Memorial now with the lead. (9-8) your score.
That was Mariana Martinez off the edge there, Joe. She killed that right before the back line. Gave her Rattlers a point and tied the game.
Another serve over by the Lady Rattlers. Lady Mustangs put that ball up. Played off the Raptors. Rattlers now trying to return it. And that one goes down. Another point for Sharyland, and they go up 10-9.
I kind of missed the nets being turned the other way, Joe. You and I did about 8 ball games apiece the other day when we were here covering the Sharyland tournament.
That one is down for a point, and we're tied at 10 apiece.
Kind of have a feeling all 5 sets tonight are going to be just like this.
Short serve over, played by Maddox. A high set off the left side. One-handed by Talamantes to keep that alive for McAllen Memorial. Two-handed over. Rattlers there to play it on the back row for Tristan Maddox. One hands that over, looking, and too deep it goes. Out of bounds. Memorial regains the lead. Lady Mustangs with a short serve. Rattlers with a good pass. A high set right side. A big kill. Down it goes. Lady Rattlers tie it up.
That was Mariana Martinez again. They're off the right-hand side, finding the open space on the Mustang side of the court.
And as Martinez rotates off the line, Tristan Maddox comes up to the net. Mustangs hit that across. Too strong, out of bounds. Rattlers back on top by 1. 12-11 your score. Short serve across. Mustangs with a high back set on the right side. Another swing by Silva this time, dug by the Rattlers. Back on the Mustang side. Here's Fernandez. Tips it over the blockers. Diving play keeps it alive. Rally continues. That was going out. Mustangs played it. Here's Silva off the net. Good dig again. This one's right on the line. Played by the Mustangs again. They'll set Hernandez. Tips it again. Diving play. Longest rally of the ball game, and in the net called on Sharyland. A point to the Mustangs. Were tied.
That's too bad for Sharyland. That was Jimena Chapa on the defense there for the Rattlers. Doing a great job that time of getting it over.
Chapa digs that. Rattlers, the free ball for the Mustangs, and this could spell trouble. A high set in the middle. And in the net it goes off a hit by Natalie Silva. A rare miss hit by those frontline hitters for the Mustangs, and the Rattlers are able to score the point.
Looks like the Rattlers have made some adjustments now. We've got Tristan Maddox on the front line and Martinez in the back.
Short serve played by the Mustangs with a high set off the net this time. That's Iliane Silberman over there on that outside right. Maddox punched that in the air. They'll set Maddox immediately off the block. Got the point for the Rattlers. They're up 2.
Yeah, they must have watched some film on Maddox. You can tell on that one they blocked her twice.
Second one went out of bounds off the block, so a point to the Rattlers of Sharyland. They enjoy a 2-point lead here. Ball at the net, that's spiked over, and a point for the Rattlers, and they go up 3. Matching their biggest lead of the game, Sharyland on their home floor. Now serving it up. Short serve again, on the money with a pass. Marburger with a second hit over, and nearly got the point. What a play by the Rattlers back row there. Mustang coming right back at you on the attack. Set it up right side, block back at you. Mustangs still on the attack. This is going to be tipped over. Better chance here for the Rattlers. High set, Maddox off the net. In the net it goes, point McAllen Memorial. Rattlers just missed a chance.
Yeah, that's right. These fans are ready to roar.
McAllen Memorial back to serve is Natalie Silva. Silva gets it over. Sharyland on the pass, that's off the mark. Now a back row attempt, and Martinez off the net. It glances out of bounds. They got the kind roll over the net. The English carried it out of bounds.
Yep, the spin was off on that one.
Natalie Silva for the serve. Short serve across. Played by Sharyland. One-handed over. Free ball for the Mustangs. Marburger sets it up, and here's the kill. Block back at you, and it carries all the way out of bounds. That time they set up Bianca Ramirez. Ties us up at 15 apiece. Mustangs to serve again. Natalie Silva. Short serve. Chance here for the Mustangs on a quick back set on the right side. That's Evelyn Whitworth. Again, that Rattler defense plays it, but out of bounds it goes. Point Memorial.
Yeah, Mariana Martinez, good hustle there. Kept it alive, but
Memorial's the kind of team, as I was talking about during our broadcast on Saturday when I was down at Los Fresnos talking about the Mac High team. Memorial, very similar to Mac High in that you can play great defense against this team, but if that's all you find yourself doing is that block ties us up, if all you're doing is playing defense, they're going to keep hitting, and they'll eventually find a way to score. What you have to do is turn those great plays into great passes and then come back on an attack of your own. Otherwise, you're going to make some great plays, but you're going to give up point after point after point.
Exactly. You know, excellent teams have a way of exposing the other team's weaknesses over time.
Jacqueline Trevino checks into game. She'll now serve for McAllen Memorial. Game 1 of a best of 5. Serve across. Rattlers with the pass. Set up Maddox on the right side. Tips it over. Talamantes is there. The set this time by Trevino. And the kill down by Sydney Marburger. Two-point lead for Memorial. They've trailed by as many as 3. Anytime anybody gets a little separation, the other digs a little deeper. Rattlers on a back set for Maddox, and the net it goes. You can see those hitters. If that set has them moving side to side versus back and forth to get the approach, bad things occur. Timeout call. Rattlers want to talk. 3-point lead. Mustangs on top. This is Real Sports Live.
For 37 years, 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
We are the Patriots. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Back here after the timeout, Lady Mustangs with a 3-point lead will serve, and the Lady Rattlers, we'll see how they respond to that timeout. That's a miss hit on the set. First team to 20 in game 1 is McAllen Memorial. They lead 20-16. Back to serve, Jacqueline Trevino again. Second hit over. Mustangs will set it up on a back set off the curl. This is Silberman. Block back at you. Now at the net. Easy pickings that time for Marissa Jones.
Yeah, she just dumped it over there in the open space right into the cross court.
Maddox back at the service line. Tristan Maddox, a short serve. Mustangs with a high pass up off the net this time. Marburger, that's off the block, and that's a point for McAllen Memorial. Most times you're teaching that back row, play those blocks, watch the angles as that ball comes across. You get caught up, you know those big hits are coming, and so you're backpedaling.
Yeah.
Another serve across, good one. Rattlers trying to set it up off the net this time, back at the front row. Nice hit that time by Mariana Martinez. That's good for the point. Martinez.
Good hit right there. That's exactly what the Rattlers need to try to put themselves in position to take set number 1.
Martinez rotated through the first time across the net and had some big hits. Her team trails by 3. Jump serve is a line drive right back on the Rattler side in a blink of an eye. Set it up and a big swing off the block, and point scored for the Rattlers.
Yeah, Ximena Chapa, when she serves, good things start happening for the Rattlers.
2-point game. You're at a point where you can still give up a point or two, but you don't dare want to try to start trading points here with Memorial if you're the Rattlers. High set for Fernandez, tips it over the blockers, and an easy point for McAllen Memorial.
Yeah, Fernandez just doing the exact same thing Marissa Jones did a couple of plays earlier. She just found some open space in the front, right behind the net right there, and made a point for her team. Good job by Memorial.
Macy Henderson back to serve. And in the net it goes. A rare service there and a point for Sharyland. Well, the psychological edge of getting to 21st propels many a team to a win. If you're coming from behind and you get to that 20 edge, you also get a psychological boost and think you're right back in this game. That serve carries out of bounds. And so a rare missed serve on both sides from two good teams, and a 3-point lead for the Mustangs and 2 away from taking game 1. Sydney Marburger back to serve. On a jump serve, gets it across, a deep serve, played with a nice pass, that time by Martinez. They'll set her on the back row. That's out of bounds.
A little too hot there for Martinez.
Trying to go for the kill. Timeout call by the Lady Rattlers. That's J.R. Gully. I'm Joe Bowling. This is Real Sports Live.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Hi, we're Mission veterans, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Woo! Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Hi, we're the Lady Diamondbacks, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-up, 3-down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way. Win in Port Mansfield. Back here on Rio Sports Live as the McAllen Memorial Lady Mustangs took game 1 of this best-of-5 series. The Lady Rattlers will talk it over on the other side and see if they can regroup. They had enough energy. They had enough firepower. You just got caught up in trading points once you got down by 3. And, JR, you look up, you lose by 5, and you think, wow, we were in that a lot closer than that.
Yeah, you don't want to trade points with a team like Memorial. You'll just wind up on the short end of that one. Memorial doing an excellent job of, and Sharyland they led by 3 at some point during that last set. And, but, you know, mistakes and miscommunications and just a great team, you know, will expose that
from
anybody.
Little
things.
things.
The little things, you know, the fundamentals will get you every time.
We're here at Sharyland High School tonight, and we do thank the Sharyland School District for becoming one of our title sponsors. Well, at least we're close to having that inked. They committed last week, and JR, you were able to talk a little bit at length about the Sharyland School District, both Sharyland and Pioneer, and just excited to have them part of Rio Sports Live, and they're excited to be a part of us.
Yeah, they're really very hospitable. You know, going up into the press box. Shout out to David Culberson for helping us out, getting us connected to our internet and to our video. You know, we were unable to live stream the video after the game. Of course, UIL prevents us from broadcasting anything video on a Friday night, so we tried to record the video. However, we had a little communication issue going from the cable they provided us into our system. And but we're going to get that fixed because you've got a broadcast here on Friday night.
I do.
You've got an audio game, and I think Mac Memorial is playing
Sharyland.
the Sharyland Rattlers.
Yeah, this is a preview of we get it on volleyball, we get it on football on Friday night. Again, fans, we do appreciate each and every one of you who have joined in. I was sharing some numbers with the guys as far as just what we hit on Rio Sports Live. Last year, of course, was our first August. And on Facebook, we had 73,998 minutes viewed. In YouTube, 147,552. And at that time, I was still learning what minutes viewed meant. It meant that people were not only tuning in. You see the views when you're taking a look at the YouTube or Facebook or wherever, the views. But then the minutes views means the sustained, how long are they watching? Mm-hmm. And so we hit 221,550 last August. And I thought, wow, that was a pretty big number, but I wasn't sure where it was going to go. Since then, we've been growing leaps and bounds every month. We've exceeded what we did the year before, to the tune of, in the month of August, which just concluded over the weekend, 697,938 on the minutes viewed on Facebook and YouTube alone.
Wow.
Roku will get additional minutes on that provided within the next week. We'll also have our Facebook, or not our Facebook, but our website and additional platforms that we broadcast games. There's a diving attempt by Memorial and a point for Sharyland. Our high water mark last year was November when we hit 2,095,000 minutes viewed, propelled by some heavy play on some playoff football games. But right now, we're on pace to start hitting those 2 million views just during the regular season at the current pace. So we, again, appreciate each and every one that's assisting us. And as we're growing, you're going to see some growing pains. When you go from one system to 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 systems, there are growing pains. And it's working with professionals such as the Sharyland School District, with Harlingen, with Brownsville, and all of these schools that are buying into assisting us and helping promote their schools. Whoever is operating their equipment at times, it's student operated. At other times, it's professionals that have come through the ranks at the school districts. So in each and every phase of this, it's dedicated individuals who are trying to do the same thing we are, and that is put a quality product out here. So we do appreciate the fans that are patient with us as we grow this. Now we do, again, want to recognize school districts such as Sharyland. Harlingen was our first to join in as not only assisting us in broadcasting the games, as another hit goes down for Sharyland, and they are up 4-0 to start this game. Harlingen was the first one to step on. And then last week, both Brownsville and Sharyland visited with me to the point that they want to become an active sponsor for Rio Sports Live, meaning that you're going to see commercials about what these school districts are and showcasing even more the students and the activities that take place within these schools. So our appreciation goes out to the likes of Sharyland joining us last week, and you'll see many more things coming up throughout our broadcast about Sharyland. 4-1 game as the Mustangs serve it up, a short one, and that's an ace. Blink of an eye, they cut a 4-point lead in half. And now serving again, Jocelyn Fernandez. Gets that over. This time the Rattlers are able to return it. Martinez on the back row. That carries out of bounds. And that's what they do. They just withstand your it's like a boxer.
Yeah.
They just took a great punch.
Yeah.
You know, a 4-0 lead at home, and yet just methodically come right back at you. Mustangs now trying to tie it up on the right side, tip it over the blockers. Good play, though. The Rattlers set it up and missed the hit. Maddox gets it over, but now the Mustangs can set it up far side, and down it goes. We're tied as Silva puts it away.
Wow. Such a momentum swing. That's like that football game I did here the other night. There was so many lead changes and momentum swings. It just makes for great volleyball, great football.
And that was just week one for you for football season.
Exactly.
Serve across, played by the Lady Rattlers. They go to Maddox. Better set this time off the block, and that'll score a point for Sharyland.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've got a lot of great games coming up that I'm going to be doing, and you do too. And Jacob Young next to me, he's got quite a few too, you know. every game we're doing on Rio Sports Live is one of the top games in the area.
Good serve across, and the Mustangs set it on a back set right side, and Silva with a big kill.
Wow. That was a shot.
Silva ties us up at 5 apiece. McAllen Memorial won their first game on Saturday. We'll have this Memorial team against the Laredo Alexander and Los Fresnos. We'll also have Harlingen South at Brownsville Veterans. And then we're looking at an ability to have San Benito playing at Pioneer on Saturday, which is why we're trying to get additional broadcasters in tune for this volleyball. That spike across is good for McAllen Memorial. They go up 6-5. If we can get to the point, which we're on the verge, where I've got 5 or 6 systems going, 7 systems last week, 7 this Friday for football games. And we've got, in this case, 4 systems going on Thursday. And then back it up with 3 fully functional volleyball systems. Fans, just wait till you see the numbers on a month with all of that in play. Rattlers down by 1. That's going to be 2 hits. And McAllen Memorial, after trailing 4-0, has now gone on a 7-1 run to take the lead. They won game 1. Natalie Silva serves it up to start game number 2 here, and that's a 7-6 game. And service errors, you just don't normally see these on these teams. A week from tonight, I've got 3 systems I'm trying to put in play. Nikki Rose at Harlingen South. Hannah's right here against Sharyland. And Rivera takes on Brownsville Veterans, and that'll be a war down there in Brownsville. As you'll notice the mix here. Upper Valley, Lower Valley, Mid Valley, small school, big school.
Yeah, coaches are doing an excellent job of scheduling these games, and they do that on purpose with the intent is to give these girls confidence. You take a small school and put them against a big school, and if they beat that big school, well, that's a great confidence builder for a small team.
It's also recognizing that some of these larger schools see that up-and-coming programs are strong enough. Now, it used to be you didn't dare schedule a small school because, like, well, what do you have to win? You beat them, you're supposed to. But as the likes of Brownsville Veterans Memorial coming in, taking on a Brownsville Rivera team, you know, that is big against big when it comes to the program and the production.
Yeah, it is.
Coming out of the schools. 9-7 game. McAllen Memorial on top as Talamintes is back to serve it up. Football coverage again on Thursday. We've got a really big game on Thursday, which is video. I can't wait to get down there. My week goes by so fast. Spike across is good, and McAllen Memorial now up 3. I get Edinburgh Vela at Hannah. Now, Vela last week was all over Laredo United South in the first half. And then suddenly ended up hanging on for dear life to win by 5. Did a little research on that, talked to some coaches, found out the reasonings on that. They lost both their offensive tackles right at the end of the first half. And you can do a lot of things, but you start losing that production up front that protects those skill players.
Yeah.
And a good team, which Laredo United South is certainly a good challenge for anyone coming across here. They'll be at Harlingen this week, by the way. And they came back. So that wasn't a case of, well, Vela scored a bunch of points early and then put some younger guys in there. That was toe-to-toe with what they had left. Meanwhile, Hannah, in their game last week, goes right down to the wire on a 2-point conversion that would have tied the game. And many say that the 2-point conversion was good. As a matter of fact, the score clock operator had 2 on the board, tied the game. That was heading to overtime. And Hannah ended up losing by 2. So it's going to be a collision course of 2 teams that, well, frankly, don't like each other anymore after the way they played the last couple of seasons. 2 wins for the Vela SaberCats, and both wins, Hannah thought, well, we didn't play very good football. If we would have played better, we could have beat that team. I can't wait for Thursday. 10-10 game as the Rattlers serve again, and that's going to be a rotation error against McAllen Memorial. And now what you're seeing are just big swings here in momentum. A 4-0 run by the Rattlers to start it. A deep run by the McAllen Memorial team to take a lead. Now the Rattlers have regained the lead. And you can go back and forth here, but you want to be the one to edges it once it gets to 20. And you want to take that edge right into the win.
First one to 20.
Serve across by Roxana Garcia. Good pass this time by the Mustangs. Set it up. Here's a swing on the outside left. That's Sydney Marburger. That one was headed out. Looked like Bianca Ramirez keeps it in play. Spike off the block, and the Mustangs score a point on the kill by Marburger. Ties the game at 11 apiece. Macy Henderson checks back in the game for the Mustangs of McAllen Memorial. Fans, if you're watching on our social media sites, be sure you share the link on our Facebook. Can't tell you enough that as we see games and we watch the numbers, if we get more and more shares from the people that are watching, I said it before, there's a bunch of people in this area. And many know about Rio Sports Live, but many don't.
Yeah.
And I would venture to say I'm extremely optimistic if I think that 20% of the people in the Rio Grande Valley know about Rio Sports Live. And so anyone that shares our link, please do so. Assist us in getting just the word out to other fans who may not know that we exist at all. We're only 2 years old, and we've come a long way, but there's a long way we can go, and you fans can assist us just by, on Facebook, share the link.
That's exactly right. You know, that's the great thing about social media platforms. You can share it with anybody.
Jump serve over by the Mustangs on a tie game. And a two-hit call against the Sharyland. 2 touches there. Mustangs score the point. See some fans watching from Maryland. Want to send a shout out in that direction to Teresa T. Clark Greason.
That's awesome.
It's always neat when you see fans watching from across the nation.
Coming from a radio guy that hoped that the person that lived 30 miles away could hear you, and now somebody that lives 3,000 miles away can hear you.
Chiming in and watching the game.
Around the world.
15-12 game. Mustangs now up by 3. Jump serve across. Rattlers with the pass up near the net. Second hit over, and that's going to be in the net called. Mustangs score again, and just like that, they're up 4.
Well, I've got a good one.
Go ahead. Got a timeout?
Got a timeout on the court. You know, you covered the Mission Veterans Patriots game on Friday night. They lost against the Mission Eagles. Pretty solid victory there on the Eagles' part.
Yes, sir.
You know, to win that one. So, and Coach Gilpin, of course, they're going into the first district game of the season. They've got 9 teams in that district, 16 5A Division I. So the playoffs basically start here for the Veterans Memorial Patriots, and they've got PSJA Memorial at home on a Friday night. It's an audio game that I'm doing, but Veterans, they're going to lose. It's going to be a good game Friday night. You know, PSJA Memorial, they had it handed to them this past weekend by the PSJA North Raiders, so they're going to come out swinging. They're going to come out looking for their first win, but the Patriots are looking for their first win too.
So both teams coming off a crosstown rivalry.
Exactly.
And so again, I said it during that Mission game. I don't care who won that game. You just don't dare say, well, this team is this good because of the score of this game.
No, you don't.
Or this bad. You don't say it because rivalry games do so many things.
That's right.
And
That's right.
Get to week 6. Week 6, and then I'll tell you how good or bad a team is playing right then.
Yeah. And I've had conversations with people about this, you know. Well, I wish we could have played them during the latter part of the season, you know. Of course, we all do, but the schedule doesn't allow that, you know. And it is what it is, you know. Us having the Mission Vets having the big district that they have, you know, you got one shot of playing a preseason game and playing a big school, so let's get it out of the way. First game of the season.
That's at the net, an easy play for McAllen Memorial, and they are up by 5 at 18-13. High school volleyball, this is non-district play between these schools. Of course, the district McAllen Memorial resides in also has Nicky Rowe, also has Mac High. Need I go deeper in that district? No. However, there are some teams that are in the position to start contesting even those teams. And, night in, night out, their district is going to be just lights out good. The Sharyland Rattler team has played a terrific non-district schedule. They put together a tournament that brought teams in that gave them a good chance to look at the elite, and a spike there goes down. So, again, both of these coaches have done just a nice job on scheduling their teams to not only get ready for the district play, but also to get ready for playoff play with the expectations that we're going to get through our districts and make it into the playoffs.
Right.
And then we'll have already played teams that are as good or better than teams they'll see in the first round. That spike goes off the block, and another point for McAllen Memorial, and they win the race to 20. Mustangs to serve it up again as Silva rotates back. Natalie Silva with a right-hand serve. Gets it over. Rattlers set it up high to Maddox. Spikes it off the block. Got the point for the Rattlers. If you're Sharyland, you're not going to need about 3 points in a row right here. You may not get to 20, but you need to get 18. And then you can give up a point, but you better not get in that want to trade back and forth situation. Good pass this time by the Mustangs. Here's Fernandez. Played, a ball over on the net again, and back corner, but that carries out of bounds. Mustangs wanted a tip, didn't get that call. And so that's 16 as Camille Vargas serves again. Short serve this time, good pass, a high set, and a lift is going to be called. Point to Sharyland. Here's the point you got to score, JR. I watched enough of this.
That's right.
You get within 2, you're okay. You can even give up a point. You don't start thinking you're going to go on a 5-0 run against a team like this. Second hit over. Punched over by the Rattlers. Here come the Mustangs. A high set, better set, block back at you, and in play, and a point scored for Sharyland. That may call a timeout.
Sharyland's got the momentum.
Well, now they've switched to score. Scorekeeper just punched in 19-19. That was 20. Serve over by the Rattlers. Tie game. And now a rotation error called on McAllen Memorial, and Sharyland, if that score is correct, and I believe it is, Sharyland has the lead. 20-19. Camille Vargas to serve. Deep serve, and that's going to be another rotation error on McAllen Memorial. And this official here is spotting something, JR. He's explaining to the coach right now. 3 consecutive whistles. And points awarded to Sharyland.
Yeah, he's obviously not liking what's going on. And
he's explaining his call, and he stood with it. Serve over. Here come the Mustangs on the pass outside right. That's off the block. Punched up in the air. Rattlers with a 2-point lead. Back row attack by Martinez. Dug that time by Telementes. Here comes the ball off the net as it's hit over by Ramirez. Rattlers now set up Martinez again. Ball back over on the Memorial side. Better set this time for Fernandez. Nice dig. That's up in the rafters. That's a live ball. Point scored Memorial.
Now Memorial's got the ball back, and they've got 20 points on the board. I don't know, Joe.
21-20. Jacqueline Trevino. Any kind of error here opens a gate. So you want to play at least perfect as far as execution of fundamentals. Maddox on the kill. Dug this time by the Mustangs. Set up Fernandez. And a good dig that time on the back row by Espinoza. Ball comes over. That's out of bounds and a point for Memorial. We are tied at 21. Lady Mustangs back to serve. Jacqueline Trevino trying to give her team the lead with a short knuckleball serve. Second hit still on the back row. Free ball coming up from Mustangs of McAllen Memorial. Good pass. Trevino the set and off the curl. That's in the net though. And a point scored. That's going to be off a block. A point for Memorial.
Yeah, Memorial regains the lead, Joe.
Rattler fans thought the same as I did, that was in the net, but the official right there, a lot closer than me, made that call. In the net it goes. Point Memorial. They're up 2. 2-point game. Rattlers call a timeout. Not much time left in this one. Got to draw a line in the sand. Back after this.
Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally. Frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas.
Back here on Rio Sports Live at Sharyland. Hey, the next big event in San Benito, Texas is the South Texas Music Festival. It's going to take place Saturday on the 21st at Heaven Memorial Park on North Bowie Street from 4 to 11 o'clock. Lots of music, lots of fun. Head on over to San Benito Saturday, September 25th. One of our sponsors, San Benito EDC. Serve for the Mustangs, and away it goes. Over by the Rattlers, played up 9 near the net. Back set for Tristan Maddox, and she puts it down with a point.
That's Maddox's corner right there. Either side, those big hitters need to rise up for the Rattlers if they're going to take set 2.
Tristan Maddox rotates back, and that means back in the ball game is Marissa Jones, and that serve goes in the net. Service there. Puts the McAllen Memorial Mustangs in position to take game 2.
That's right.
Carissa Talamentes to serve it up. Good pass by the Rattlers. A high set middle, blocked back at you. Rattlers coming right back with another set, this time off the net. Blocked again. Ball punched, nothing doing. Memorial wins game 2. All net play for Memorial for the final point. 25-22. McAllen Memorial has won the first 2. We'll take a break. Jacob Young will join me. That's been J.R. Gully. You'll hear his voice on Thursday. This is Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Coach Nava with Westaco East High School. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Hi, we're Peter Bay Lady Bears, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Go!
A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibadas, try a Texas Spice cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a Hacienda party.
It's the Hacienda Ford football sale, where you can get a new F-150 starting at just $27,995 or 0% interest for 72 months.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
We are back here on Rio Sports Live. We want to thank our advertising sponsors who are part of our broadcast, such as the likes of Hacienda Ford. Right there you see the big sales going on. If you're in the market for a new or a used car, if you're needing service to your car, well, one stop. That's in Hacienda Ford in Edinburgh, Texas. One of our title sponsors. You see a lot of activity going on our social media, on our website. And how about the van we're driving right now, which is a wrapped Rio Sports Live. If you see us coming into town, stop and have a picture. We've had some fans doing that already. And again, a big part of what Rio Sports Live is doing is Hacienda Ford in Edinburgh, Texas. Joining me now is Jacob Young. And Jacob, first of all, thanks for joining us. And how do you feel being a couple weeks old here in Rio Sports Live?
It feels great. It's very exciting, very new, and something that, of course, I've always loved to do, and it's a great thing that I get to do it now.
Tell me a little bit about, tell the fans a little bit about you as far as, your love of sports. It starts with soccer, and you're kind of in the off season, if you will, on what your prime sport is.
Yeah, exactly. some people say that, yes, this is my prime sport, soccer, but at the same time, I love college football. So college football and high school football is getting into play now, and it's been fantastic so far. I've been loving that, and just getting into this it's great.
Jacob Young, of course, was broadcasting this last week. He was at the San Benito game, and he'll be active this week. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to put him on Friday, as I've got some opportunities to slide him in some good games. And we're also watching the weather to see exactly where we're going to place our broadcasters on Thursday and on Friday. But we'll visit here with Jacob as we get set for Game 3, McAllen Memorial and Sharyland here in volleyball action. And the Lady Rattlers of Sharyland are going to have to dig deep now, as they've lost the first 2 games here in this best-of-5 series. Serve across is a short serve played by the Mustangs with a good pass. High set off the net on the left side. Silva tries to put it away. Diving play by the Rattlers, and they will keep it alive. Playing defense, though. Here they come again. Mustangs Fernandez this time puts it away. Rattlers got caught again, like we talked about in Game 1, playing a lot of defense, trying to withstand the barrage of hits coming from the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. Jacob, your thoughts in football action? You got to see a good Calallen squad and a tough San Benito team that played a state semifinalist from a year ago right down to the wire.
Yeah, exactly. It was what a fantastic semifinal, or, well, just a fantastic game in general. We're talking Smiley Silva was fantastic for San Benito there as quarterback. He was able to get out of the pocket and just move with that offensive line that was behind him.
Of course, you were able to watch the game and broadcast it from Bobby Morrow Stadium. And, arguably, it's one of the best home field places to play when that crowd gets going. And once San Benito started scoring some points against Calallen, that place was electric.
Yeah, exactly. I believe that they were also the first, or they got up first. And so that place was able to get really loud at the start of the game. But Calallen were able to calm themselves down and get back into play with, I believe, Jarrett Garza.
Hit across by the Lady Rattlers, and they go up 2-1. Let's change that score to reflect the right score. Now we're tied at 2 apiece. McAllen Memorial and Sharyland in the battle here. I'll be saying that on Friday night on the football field, as the McAllen Memorial Mustangs are in town to take on the Sharyland Rattlers. Both teams are 1-0 in district or in football play. That serve or hit goes out. Point for the Mustangs of McAllen Memorial. Jocelyn Fernandez back to serve again. Short serve, in the net it goes. 3-3 the score. So college football is front and center. Well, I mean, right now, all eyes on Texas this week. LSU takes on Texas. That's 2 top 10 teams. But is it any bigger than A&M taking on number 1 in the country?
Honestly, I don't really know. I know that more eyes will be on Clemson versus A&M just due to the fact it's ACC and versus SEC. Those 2 teams, you can go back and forth with arguments saying which conference is better, but in my opinion, those are the top 2 conferences at the moment, not in technically in the order that I just said it. So, yeah, I think both of them for sure are going to be some fantastic games through the weekend. But
Mustangs miss it on that. And the other one, for those Longhorn fans, no easy game there either. It's a big blockbuster game. Is LSU, and that's 6-9, I think, is in the current rankings that are going to square off there. So, Big 12, SEC, ACC, all matching up the power conferences.
Yeah,
all is missing is a Big 10 out of that mix.
Exactly. And I think one fact for Texas is that in the past couple of years, really, they haven't ranked in the top, or they've ranked in the top 100 for defense, something like that. They have not been able to get out of those triple digits. The last time was a couple of years ago where they ranked 70th in defense. So that's something that they might struggle against LSU for.
Hit across by Maddox as the Lady Rattlers are down by 1. Set it up this time, and it's hit across by Marissa Jones, and that's down for the point. The Rattlers tie it up at 5 apiece. Fans, we appreciate you tuning in no matter where it's at. I ask our Facebook followers to share the link. Those on our YouTube channel, I ask as well to subscribe. The number of subscribers just continues.